Good morning, aliens. How are you guys doing? MJbaker here for another video entry of Alien Living. So last week talked about perception, and I have a lot of people who ask me, what is an alien? What does the acronym mean? So today I'm going to start with the first letter of alien, A. And so just to let those of you guys who are newly viewing, I always call my followers, people, aliens. And that acronym is ALIEN. And it stands for authentically living, intrinsically evolving naturally. And so with this week of Alien Living, I am going to tackle the first word, authentically. And just after, I didn't realize that over the past year or two, I have been walking out this process of authentically. I know you guys are wondering, why such big words? Well, it's like when I was praying about the concept of alien, what is it? I just know the word came to me one day. And what I realized is it's an acronym, and those words just came. That's what the universe gave me. That's what the Creator said, and so I'm being obedient to that. But because I don't want to keep this video very long, I'm just going to give you guys the short version. I hope that, this is something you guys can chew on. I know I've been chewing on it for the past year. So authentic. So what does that mean exactly? So the definition in the dictionary is of undisputed origin, genuine, original, real, actual, bona fide. So authenticity is the purest form of who we are, basically. And a lot of us view, being authentic a certain way. And what I learned through self-evaluation for myself is that we cannot be authentic if we with scars and wounds that have not healed. And when I speak of scars and wounds, I'm not speaking of actual like scars or wounds. I'm speaking of those hurts, those disappointments, those discouragements that we tend to carry with us. Things that have occurred from childhood on throughout our lives. And we often, because of those disappointments, because of the discouragement, the hurts, we will create defense mechanisms which cause us to form a certain characteristic that isn't natural to us. But we create that character or that characteristic, or we accept it because we think that's what's going to prevent that particular hurt or pain from happening again. What I realized is, there were some things, I'm going to talk about myself, some things that I had not dealt with in my life, that I created a character. I created someone that I thought people would like because I didn't like myself. And I'll be really transparent. One of the things that happened in my life was, my father was in my life from birth up until I was about, I think I came home. I think I might have been 10, 11 when I came home and my dad wasn't there. And, he had moved out. And, my mother never really sat down and explained to me. I don't remember her explaining to me. I just remember things going as per usual. It's just my dad wasn't there. That, for me, created issues of abandonment. It made me feel rejected. I didn't realize that at the time because I'm a kid, All I know is that it's planted some seeds that were not good in me. And so from that day forward, I created this girl who would never be disappointed, never be hurt again, I made statements like, I'll never get married, I don't want children. I had all of that, you know. I had started just putting out what I call word curses, you know, because I wanted to create this world where I would not be disappointed again. And not saying that my father, you know, they live separately. You know, I went to my dad's house, I went to my mom's house, but it still created, for me, planted seeds of I never want to be this way, you know. And so I started, like I said, creating a characteristic. I started creating a shield, because there were some wounds that were there that I didn't know how to deal with them. And so I didn't deal with them. I just made a statement, and I made a vow within myself that I would never be hurt again, and this is how I won't be hurt again. But what that started doing, that characteristic, that false characteristic that I thought was protection, was really making it impossible for me to really have deep, long-lasting relationships with people. And my relationships were always surface. You know, I could never be vulnerable with people before the fear of them leaving me. And so people were not able to ever get to know me. And I really didn't know myself, because I didn't know, because I had started creating this world and creating this character. So in doing that, I was living an inauthentic life, you know. And I could go deeper and tell you guys a lot more, but I want to keep this video short. But the main thing that I just want to, this word authentic is so much deeper than we know. And so I just want you guys to just think about, because this is something I've been thinking about, is am I being honest with myself in this moment? Have I really dealt with those things that hurt me and harmed me? And because I don't think we really know what authenticity is. And I think I'm learning, as I deal with my issues, as I deal with my wounds, and as I deal with my scars, I'm learning more and more and more about my true self. And the real MJ, the real Megan, is coming forth as I deal with those things. And I like her, and I like her a lot. And so I know a lot of us go around and say, well, I'm just mean like that, I just don't like people, blah blah blah. And sometimes, are we really mean? Do we really not like people? Or have we created mechanisms, systems to prevent ourselves from being hurt, which prevent people from getting to know us and prevent us from getting to know ourselves, because we're afraid to feel it. We're afraid to really access those feelings. And so the Alien Nation is a community where we can really grow, and we can really have discussions like this. And please comment, please, let's talk about it. And I pray that somebody listens to this and really kind of starts questioning, you know, are we really being authentic? Am I trying to not feel, you know, because I don't want to feel, because I don't want to be hurt? Because vulnerability is beautiful. Vulnerability with the right person, with the right people, is beautiful. And so I encourage you guys, be authentic today. Face your shit. And I know that's hard, and sometimes we need to find somebody to help us face our shit, and that's why I feel like therapy is important. But not to make this video long, you know, let's go on this journey together. I'm gonna go on it with you. Be authentic. Look up the word. Blessings to you.